So we're talking about Albania. There are a lot of places that you can get all the facts. I'm not here to offer you facts about the country. I've not been. So I don't know just what I read and what I hear. If But what I am going to give you on this channel is facts about what it's going to take to put it all together to go, because I do not intend on coming back. I have lived in 10 states and the District of Columbia, and I feel that's enough. I think I gave this country a really good shot. I've been to all the states. I've traveled a lot. I car camped for 5 months driving through the country. So I'm done. And I lived in Europe when I was young, and I lived in Holland and Belgium and loved it, and was able to do an extensive amount of traveling then. I've always wanted to get back to Europe. That's why Albania really, really melded for me. Panama is something everyone talks about, but it's becoming the Miami of the world, and not a place I can, really want to go, plus the weather. Costa Rica is becoming more and more expensive and more difficult to get into the country and stay in the country. And again, the weather. I'm not a beachy kind of girl. As you can see, I'm very Vikingish. So I like cold weather and not hot. But yeah, Albania is gorgeous. Look it up. If you do nothing else after you watch this video, look up Albanian Alps, and just, it will take your breath away. It will absolutely do that. So take a look. Look, if you're a beach person, they have gorgeous beaches on the south side. But for me, it has good medical care, private care. It has wonderful dental care. People are taking dental vacations now into Albania, so who knew about that? It has a lot of perks for me. I want to go and learn a whole new culture. I'm writing a couple books right now, so I want the peace and quiet to be able to get my mind kicked in a little bit. And I'm also going to continue our treasure hunting business because I love it. So you say something while I drink.
So we have a online retail business, resale business, I should say, that we kind of got going 2 years ago, but I kind of lagged behind because I had no faith in it and I had no interest in it, and I'm sure it upset her a bit. As a matter of fact, it did. But for some reason, it sparked in me probably 6 months ago. About 6 months ago, I'm all in now. Because I have such a passion for not really all clothes, but I have a passion for t-shirts, vintage t-shirts, and hoodies. And it really has helped with that desire that I had a long time ago to open my own t-shirt shop on Venice Beach in California, but never did. So I regret that, but this kind of gets me into it a little bit, and not that these things are my own, because I did want to create my own, but to find, like she was saying, treasures, and they are, they have a lot of history, they're beautiful. And people have taken care of these things, and I love it.
Yeah.
And so when she does go, that's probably going to be more of my focus as far as the business will be clothing. Right now, we concentrate on not only clothing, but glassware, i.e. plates, pottery, figurines, artwork. But that is not my niche. Yeah. My niche is in clothing, in particularly men's clothing, and that's probably where I'll focus.
You can do a shout out to your eBay address. Look me up at. We'll do that on the next video.
Look me up at. You put that on _thrifting on eBay.
It sound like a good commercial for that. So we do a lot of that, and it's big fun. And just a word about the whole resale thing. It's phenomenal that all of these things, ours and all the tens of thousands of other people that are doing this are taking things out of what will eventually end up in a dump, in a landfill, in the ground, or burnt, or something. And to watch these young kids go into the bins and the thrift stores and pick these things up, stuff that nobody really wants, and resells them. God love these people. I'm just so proud of the youth that I'm seeing that are reusing and going in, instead of buying brand new, they're buying things that were made in this freaking country that are lovely and are vintage and old and well crafted and all those things. So, yeah, shout out to them.
And bravo to these kids, because you see a lot of kids go, the wrong directions. They get into drugs, they get into alcohol. And these kids are out here hustling, at Goodwill and the Goodwill bins, and actually, making businesses for themselves and making money. And the one kid I follow is in college. He's in college, and he has had to hire people to list his items, and because it's so busy for him. But he continues to do it while he's in college. So kudos to him.
Yep. Yep. And see, you'll get all kinds of things on this channel besides Albania. We have a lot of passions. And yes, absolutely. So that's going to continue. People have asked about my stream of income. I have income that comes in, and I also have permanent steady streams. And then I also have side gigs that I do. So Albania, as I have been told, $1,000 a month is more than adequate for a single person to live comfortably and very comfortably in Albania. Again, I don't want to live in the city center of Tirana, which is the capital. That doesn't interest me. I've lived in enough big cities. I am looking to go further. I don't want to live on the beach. I'm looking to go further north and in more of the older towns, the ancient parts of the country. So that suits my personality so much better. I'm not a party girl anymore, so I don't want to be in the city center. That doesn't really interest me. And the same thing with being I know I'm 67. I think we've mentioned that. So are you. So, although I'm 5 weeks older. But yeah, so Albania has a lot to offer me. I'm very comfortable traveling by myself, I should say. We all have to take safety precautions. I mean, walking from here across the street, you have to look both ways. So I'm pretty good at that, I feel, because I've lived in other countries since I was young. And, you just kind of look around. But I was so safe in the Netherlands, and I was so safe in Belgium, and I've always felt safe. And so I'm not really concerned about that. I'm excited. The fact that, can you imagine $1,000 a month? I will report back. I want to see this for myself. I'm not high maintenance, but I want to see how this really works. What kind of a place do you really get for 400 or 500 pounds a month, or Lex, I guess they're called Lex. And I think they're pretty much 1-on-1 right now with the dollar. I shouldn't say that, 100 to 1. So, yeah, anyway, it should be pretty easy to figure out the currency. And what else did you want to ask? Oh, family. So she's not going either because you have family here.
Yes.
And yeah.
I have a very, very young granddaughter who just loves me, and I adore her. And I don't see myself leaving her for never.
For never.
For never.
Yeah, she's a cutie. Throw up a picture of her. Come on now.
And I have children, and I have grown adult children that I kind of inherited. So that's the reason I'm staying, not because I don't want to adventure. I travel a lot. Albania was never one of those things on my list, on a bucket list ever. Yeah, staying for my kids and my granddaughter.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to stay. And when I did a list of staying and going, I think there were two things on the stay list, honestly. I have a small family and it gets smaller all the time. And I'm not close to anybody logistically. My sister is 2 hours away. She's the closest. And we've seen enough of each other over the years. I think we're good. She'll come to Albania and visit me, which would be great. And she knows this area is not for me. She's known it since I got here. But I came out here to care for our mom, and this is where she wanted to be, and great. And now I have this freedom, and it is freedom to just go and do whatever I want. So that's why I've chosen now. And wow, that's great. That's why I've chosen now to go. So I'm really excited about the direction that this is taking me, in just learning more about myself and being really prepared, and what do I really need, and what is it that I really want out of life. So when I get there, I can manifest these things. I'm going with a completely open mind, however. As with any new experience, I don't want to be putting things in a box. I want to be wide open to see what it's all about. Hopefully it's not the hokey pokey. anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, you guys are amazing. If you want to leave any comments, as I'm going to have to probably have a little disclaimer I put here that we don't edit these. We don't know how.
This is raw.
Yeah, I'm learning Albanian, and that's about all I can do right now, and figure out how I'm going to get 2 suitcases full of my life. However, that's it for today. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.